We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Welcome, coming to you live from the studios of LA Talk Live in sunny Los Angeles, California. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more, and I'm your host, Alayna. We're here to talk about beauty and more in all its expressions every Wednesday at noon Pacific time. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
Beauty magnets, Cleopatra's beauty ritual. Beauty magnets are a modern-day spin on an ancient beauty secret. Beauty magnets are a unique system of relaxation, revitalization, and renewal. Face and spirit reach a new level of balanced beauty, making you look and feel radiant. Tiny charged magnets increase circulation, promoting the look and feel of a natural lift. Face and spirit reach a new level of balanced beauty. De-stress your face with magnet therapy. Beauty Magnets of Beverly Hills, Hollywood. Available at www.beautymagnets.com. That's www.beautymagnets.com. Beauty Magnets, Cleopatra's beauty ritual, and proud sponsors of Alayna's Beauty Talk.
Oh, your skin looks great.
Thank you.
What's your secret?
Frankincense and myrrh oil by Ancient Essence.
Frankincense and myrrh oil by Ancient Essence?
Yes, it's a beauty secret used since the time of the Greeks and the Romans. This spa in Malibu told me about frankincense and myrrh by Ancient Essence, and now my skin is lovely.
Yes, your skin looks great.
Call Ancient Essence at 1-800-627-9813. Discover the secret of beautiful skin. Call 1-800-627-9813. Discover the secret. Frankincense and myrrh oil by Ancient Essence. Discover the secret of beautiful skin. Available at fine spas and beauty centers.
Welcome back to Alayna's Beauty Talk and more. I have two extraordinary guests with me today. I just met them actually today in the studio. Usually I have some
best friends.
And we're already best friends. We have so much in common. We're all into beauty, health, wellness, fitness. We're all a little bit older, and we're all.
I'm a lot older.
No, you're not. But we're here to really inspire you and tell you what we're doing. And, if we can just help one person, one of our listeners get excited about life and what we're doing as we are, then we've done our job. And I'm very excited that they're here because they are definitely experts in their field. So you guys, you got to listen carefully because they're going to give you such great information. I'm like so excited. I don't even know where to start, but I better introduce everybody.
That's a good place.
That's a good place to start. Sitting next to me is Suzy Prudden. You may have recognized her. She's had TV shows. She's been on Oprah. She's been on Good Morning America. She's been all over the place.
This is true.
It's very true. I'm not making this up.
No, you're not.
I'm definitely not making this up. And she also now has a show here on LA Talk Live. So I want to introduce all my listeners to her so that you can also tune into her show on a weekly basis. Because there's more than just my show on this station.
The wonderful thing about this station is that we all work together. and that we all support each
Yeah,
other.
we do.
And that's the best way to make it work for everybody.
And
It's
I
a
was the
cooperative.
first female broadcaster. I mean, I started 2.5 years ago.
That's incredible.
We weren't even in our studio yet.
I only started in September,
Yeah,
but
so that's
I'm
I
going
got,
great guns. I've got
Yeah.
my current show, which is called Mastermind Live.
And what day is it?
And
I
that's
don't know what
on
time.
Mondays from 3 to 4. And then starting next week, I'm going to introduce a new show called The Best of LA. That's going to be at 4 to 4:45. And then I'm looking forward, because I travel so much, I'm creating a show on the road with Suzy Prudden so that I can bring people from all over the
Are
country.
you taking over the station?
No, I just get these ideas, and
Yeah, they just flow
they just-
right
they-
out.
You know, as soon as I get an idea, I act on it. And actually, that's what I teach people now. You get an idea, act on it,
Fabulous.
and that's what you're doing with your event.
All right.
Exactly.
So this is
Exactly.
I got Janeska therapy. Okay, Janeska. That's not your last name. It's not. So it's I got to find it on your card. Oh, well. Introduce yourself, Janeska. Let's go that way.
Okay. My name's Janeska Smith, by the way.
Oh, that was easy. There was a middle name. Oh, okay. There was another name at the end.
Exactly. Asante.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I'm into wellness as well as Susan. I believe that women can be fit from the inside out. So I believe in thought therapy, and I do a lot of that. EFT, a lot of people don't know what that is, but it's emotional freedom technique, tapping, and it's fabulous.
Yeah, it is.
It's fabulous.
So you see, and I'm into exercise and magnet therapy. So we're all into
And
definitely.
I'm a hypnotherapist.
And you're in hypnotherapy. So we're all into a lot of
and a former fitness expert.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
call
a fitness.
myself a recovering fitness expert, and I just started writing a fitness book, and I have to laugh because when I hung up my leotard when I sold my fitness school in New York in 1983, I said I'm never doing that again. And as my ex-daughter-in-law says, never say never. And it's true, never say never.
Never.
Because also said at one point I'd never have employees again, and then I created a company with 11 employees. This time I didn't say never when I let them all go. When we closed the business, I just decided we're not even going to think in that direction.
And I said once I closed my makeup business, I said I was never going to do makeup again.
And hello.
I'm still doing makeup.
So those of you who are listening or watching, be very careful of what you say. What I'm doing right now is really teaching people how to be conscious of their thoughts and how they speak. And then what you say, your word is your wand. That's what Florence Scovel said.
I've just been reading all her books.
Yeah.
I just bought them all on Kindle.
Yeah, she's a powerful lady.
I've been blown. I just found her by a fluke when I got a Kindle, and I've downloaded because they're 99 cents, and that's my limit. I just spent 99 cents because you can go crazy on Kindle. I love my Kindle, but
My son gave me a Kindle for my birthday one year. I just nearly fell out of my chair. I was like,
but I'm like, okay, this sounds interesting.
she's good.
I'd never had heard of her, and I've been into, the Bode Tree and doing those self-help books
She's
for
from 25 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, some of the words are spelled so funny. You should, and the terminology, but the books are amazing.
Yes.
But I
Those
agree.
are first books that I've connected to in a really, really long time.
Well, they're simple and they're real. That's it.
I mean, she wrote in like 1929.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my sister introduced me to her work in the 80s.
But I agree with you, Susan. People have to watch their words.
Yeah.
Because it goes out into the universe. It becomes an actual
It
thing.
is becoming very popular now. It seems to be the theme of what is happening now in the universe and even in the younger generation I listen to a lot of sports radio, and even some of the commentators are talking about that.
Very much
Well,
so.
what you think becomes your reality. And I've worked with people and they said, yes, but my life is really hard. And I said, you need to change that thought.
Exactly.
And then they say, no, but you don't realize it. My life is really hard. And I said, I believe you.
Right.
So change the thought.
Yeah.
My life is really hard.
But it's
yes,
very
You're always
hard.
going to get to be right. Oh. and there's that moment of, I said, right, so change the thought.
But people hate to change. It's hard for people to change. They sometimes have to go hit kind of bottom before they'll change.
You can change a habit in 21 to 30 days.
Yes.
Right.
If you continue to do it. And if it's like someone who says my life is really hard, they can write down my life is easier now until they believe
it. What
that.
I do, I absolutely agree.
So those are affirmations.
Yes, but affirmations are
Beyond
very
that.
tricky. Affirmations,
Yeah,
are
they
very
are
tricky.
very tricky.
Because if, let's say, you want to make $1 million, and you say, okay, I have $1 million, your mind is going to say,
no,
really?
I don't.
How am I going to make $1 million? It won't create it.
No. So what I do with my clients is I say, is it okay for you to make $1 million? And they'll say, yes. I said, okay. So write down, it's now okay to make $1 million. How does that feel? Well, that feels okay.
Yeah, it feels better.
It feels better.
Then it becomes real. Then the mind goes, oh, okay, it's okay to make $1 million. Some people will say that's not comfortable for me. So then I say, okay, write this down. I'm now willing for it to be okay for me to make.
Exactly.
So you have to go, as you know, in fitness, you have to go to where the muscle is.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. in
You have to
thought.
go
Same
to
with the
where
thought.
your client or where you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you're comfortable walking around the block, walk around the block. I have one client. She's so sweet. She does one exercise. I said, would you be willing to walk from your front door to the sidewalk and back? She said, I'd be willing to do that. I said, good. That's where we'll start.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just started with a new client very similar to that. I have this wrong, that wrong, but I hate the 40 pounds that I gained.
Yeah.
Well, you got to do something about it.
Yeah, you
you
gotta
have to move.
You have
she
to
said
move.
She goes, I know it's not my food. I'm on, Weight Watchers. I know it's just.
Weight Watchers is processed.
But you know what? It is. But at least they learn how to eat portion control. It's not it is a nice way. I mean, it's a start. It's better than
It's a start.
It's a start. Some people have to make at least it's a start, and people do lose weight on it, and they can keep it as a lifestyle.
Yeah.
They just have to learn how to eat healthy within
That's the
that
bottom line. It's
formula.
It's really about eating real food.
And
Michael-
reading labels and taking the time to do a food plan and know what you're putting in your body.
Yeah. And pay attention.
And pay attention.
Attention to how you feel. If you eat something and you don't feel well afterwards, that's an indication that what you've eaten is probably not right for your body.
Yeah,
it's about balance.
It's
as
about
well.
balance. I mean, you need to know some basic nutrition
Definitely.
facts, which, most of us know that want to be healthy. I mean, it's pretty readily available. I mean, there's so much. You have to learn how to digest it now because we have all the books, the internet, the magazines, the TV shows. So you get bombarded with information. So there's no lack of information anymore.
You have to choose what works for you.
Yes.
That's the bottom line.
And you can mix and match.
Yeah, you can. You can fall off the wagon and get back on again.
Very easily.
But you have to get back on again.
And don't beat yourself up because you fell off the wagon.
That's the big.
Just get back on.
That's big.
Yeah, if you sit down, like most of us felt really crummy after Thanksgiving, even though the food was amazing. I mean, the next day I'm like, oh my goodness.
I didn't do that. I stayed in bed the entire day and read a book. And I had a snack for lunch and a snack for dinner. I didn't make my Thanksgiving until Friday. And then I didn't do all the big stuff because I don't actually like it. And it was wonderful because I felt good. I rested. I needed the rest. I rested. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I wrote. And I had a wonderful time.
I mean, it was fun. I don't do it very often because
Thanksgiving only comes once a year.
Yeah,
so.
And it was fun. It was really fun to eat things I don't normally eat. I knew that I was going to do that.
Well, I tell my clients, and I have a lot of weight loss clients, Thanksgiving comes once a year, enjoy it.
Yep.
And then get right back on track.
Yeah, I was back at the gym, back walking the next morning.
Yeah.
But it was fun. But it was like, oh my God, I haven't eaten like this in
My body won't let me. My body won't let me.
I exercise enough that it's fine once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that's our music. We're going to take a break. Suzy, Janeska, and I are going to be back. We'll keep continuing this conversation. I don't know where it's going to go. We're just having a great time, so just keep listening. I don't know what we're going to say next. So this is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
When the winter came, you were not around. The winter wind, love could not be found. Where were you when I needed you?
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Where are you when I need you? Right now. Right now.
Walk, run, climb, play. Solgar number 7 can help. Feel the difference for yourself. Solgar number 7 actually shows improvement in joint comfort within 7 days. Now you can start to get back on track fast and pursue the activities you love. Solgar number 7 is a breakthrough in joint care with no glucosamine and no chondroitin. The advanced bioactives in Solgar number 7 help to increase flexibility, mobility, range of motion, and actually shows improvement within just 7 days. One capsule, once a day, is all you need. When stiff joints occasionally say no, Solgar number 7 says yes. Visit Solgar.com and learn more about Solgar number 7 today. That's www.solgar.com, www.solgar.com. Solgar number 7, official sponsors of Here's to Your Help with Josh Lane and LA Talk Live.
Hi, this is Suzy Prudden. And yes, you've seen me on Oprah, Good Morning America, and The Today Show. And I'm inviting you to join me every Monday from 3 to 4 for my new show, Mastermind Live. Join us as we introduce you to the new thought leaders of the world who will inspire you, support you, and guide you to your next level. So don't forget to tune into Mastermind Live exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Come on.
Welcome back to Alayna's Beauty Talk and more. Richard, what's this music? You're getting us like ready to exercise? Okay. Yeah, Richard is our producer. He always plays this really great music throughout the show. You probably heard me say that 100 times. I always tell him that. Okay, during the break, Janeska and Suzy and I decided what we were going to talk about. So we are going to put Janeska on the mic because she created this great event that's going to be coming up. And it's in honor of your daughter, right?
Correct.
All right. So we want to hear all about it.
Okay. Well, first of all, I do have a website up. It's called funwomeninla.com. And it tells all about the event. It's going to be uplifting and inspirational for women. It's the Beauty, Wellness, Fashion, and Pampering Day for women. And I believe all women, there's so many fabulous women in the world that we deserve it. And thanks for that. And I'm going to honor this by developing a foundation for my daughter, whose name's Tracy. It's called the Tracy Foundation. She passed in July 3rd of 2012. And I'm going to set up mentorships for youth who don't have anyone to turn to. And it should be a fabulous program. So I encourage people to go to funwomeninla.com and check it out. And we're going to have a lot of exciting things going on up to the event.
So you'll have like pre-event.
Yes, pre-event things,
Pre-event events.
great raffles, and all kinds of fun things going
Through
on.
the website or
yes,
through
the website,
through your website?
and through great LA Talk Live as well. This is a fabulous station.
Oh, this is a great station. How did you find this station?
I'm trying to remember how I found it, but I did send a lot of people to come to do their interviews here because I think it's a fabulous station. I have to remember back. I'm not exactly sure where I found out.
Well, I'm
about
glad
it.
you found it.
Yes,
Let's put
I'm
it
glad I
that
found
way. How you found it isn't important. It's that you found it
Yes.
is important.
I found it by being a guest on a show with it's a show on money, and I teach people how to make money through the power of their mind. Kimberly Rolfe, Kimberly and James Rolfe, and afterwards I asked Veneric, and I just said, "So how does one get a show?" And he told me, so I said, "Sign me up."
I'm thrilled that when I saw that you were coming on, I was very excited because I knew your name.
It's funny, wherever I go, people know my name. I tried for so many years not to be Suzy Prudden, and no matter where I went, people would say, "Are you that Suzy Prudden?" And I am that Suzy Prudden. And so now I'm reclaiming the fitness aspect of that Suzy Prudden, which I swore, as I said before, I would never do. And I'm having a really, really good time.
But it's a perfect time to do it, and it's a perfect age to do
Yes.
it because there's so many baby boomers. I guess I can still say baby boomers
Yeah.
that are really out of shape that want
And
to
don't
get back into shape, but they don't know how because they've let themselves go for so long.
and they're afraid they have to do it the way they did it when they were 30.
Yes.
And we don't have to do it the way we did it when we were 30. First of all, I don't want to do it the way I did it when I was 30. I'm going to be 70 on my next birthday.
And you look
you
fabulous.
look amazing.
And there's no work.
No work.
None of us have had any work.
No.
I don't believe in that.
No. Oh, well, I may, but I'm not doing it
Yeah,
right
I guess. No, I don't think I will. I
Really?
say that now, but
But so when I got this idea, it was that I was standing in New York City this spring, and I was loving it, and I hadn't loved New York in a while, and that's where I had my fitness school. And I realized I wanted to come back to New York, and I thought, well, what do I have to do to come back to New York? And then I thought, well, I have to be rich. So what do I have to do to be rich? I have to have a television show. Okay, I've done that. So what do you have to do to have a television show? You have to write a bestseller. Okay. Fitness was good to me. I wrote 11 fitness books. I said, okay, I'm 68. I'm overweight. I'm out of shape. It's time to get my body back. And bingo, there's the book. Because how many people do you know don't realize they don't have to get old?
Exactly.
I've been talking about that for as many
Exactly.
years as I
Yeah.
can remember.
Don't even think old.
Well, I'm very proud to say I'm old.
I tell everybody how old I
Yeah,
am.
and people say, you're not old. I said, excuse me, I am old. I'm not the old you're thinking about.
Well, I just say I'm forever 21 in spirit.
No, I claim it.
But I understand the
Yeah,
concept.
I claim it because if I'm going to teach this, I want people my age to understand that they don't have to hurt.
Exactly.
They don't have to be sick.
Sick, right?
I mean, I've got clients with diabetes, and I help them heal through the power of their mind
Mm-hmm.
and through the power of their body, and by taking responsibility, which is what you do
Mm-hmm.
and what you do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so we're
We all
all
do it in different
Yeah.
forms, but that's what we do.
yeah, and we are walking examples of the fact that you don't have to disintegrate. I know
You can get better.
yeah, you can get
better.
Yeah.
You
You know, life can get a lot easier
exactly
as you get older.
It can.
It can go both ways. You
It
can
can
make
go-
it
It's a
harder.
choice.
It's a choice that you have.
It's a choice. And I know people who choose to be sick. And okay.
That's your I have a friend like that. I just talked to him the other day. He's had like 2 knees replaced. He goes, "Oh, I'm going in Thursday for another knee surgery. I hurt the other knee." I mean, he's been sick now in the hospital every year for the last 4 years.
Yeah, that's a choice.
But a
that's
lot
a
of
choice.
people don't think that comes from their thought pattern.
Yes.
They don't think that. They have to change that thinking.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just think he likes the attention and the surgery.
Well, then you have to look back at when did he get attention as a child and how did he get attention as a child?
Yeah.
Because some people got attention as a child by being sick.
Yeah.
I got attention as a child by being on stage.
I've had a lot of, yeah. And I grew up with a mom that was, I don't ever remember her not being sick for a day. And I swore I was never going to be sick. And I pretty much kept to that because she took 100 pills a day.
Oh, my God.
She was sick every day of her life. She was miserable. My dad was like the opposite, like Jacqueline, but my dad wasn't home much. So I just said, I'm not going to be like that.
Yeah.
But some people get attention by being bad. And
Yes.
they even follow that pattern as well.
When I ran my school, I taught kids. I taught at all ages, but some parents would actually give me permission to hit their kids. And those kids would always misbehave, and I never hit them. I would always just pull them all in. When they stopped misbehaving, because they realized I wasn't going to do anything other than, just keep making them right for everything. Interestingly, when they stopped misbehaving and they really joined in the class 100%, inevitably the parents took them out of the school. I never understood that. I never understood that. I gave them a safe place. Schools used to call me and say, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm teaching exercise." "No, what are you doing?" "I'm teaching." But I used to teach toddlers, and it became a prerequisite. If you wanted to get your child into a good private nursery school in New York City, you sent them to me first.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really, and it was all because
And that was what year, reign?
In the 60s.
In the 60s. Okay.
I started my first company. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I started my first company when I was 22 in 1965. And in 1968, I became an overnight success after struggling for 3.5 years, all because of one of my students who brought a reporter from the New York Times to do an interview with me. And then there was 3/4 of a page in the New York Times on my school, and I was an overnight success. And then it just grew in TV. People called me, and radio called me. And
how many years did you have that school?
18.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a very long time.
Yeah. And then I just got tired of it and sold it. I think I became a bad teacher. I yelled at a child one day, and I said, "That's it."
Yeah, you just were overwhelmed, or maybe you were overworked, or you just didn't love it anymore.
There's a lot of stuff tied into
there's-
it, and I walked away. And then I tried.
And you've never regretted it. Well, I don't regret much or regret anything.
No, there's a couple of things that I wish I had done differently regarding my son, but other than that, no.
And you had a son and a daughter?
No daughter. Although everybody thinks I have a daughter, but I don't. I have one son. He lives here in Los Angeles. He's an artist, and I have 2 grandsons. And they're in the marina, so I get to see them quite often. The sons travel back and forth between mom and dad because they're divorced. But they both, and it's great.
You're a great grandma.
I'm a great grandma. We do on Wednesday nights. We do bison burgers with grandma. So I don't buy hamburger. I buy bison. And they don't have hamburger buns. We have croissants. And I got the croissants because I couldn't find the hamburger buns. And they said, "Oh, Grandma, we like these much, much better." And then I thought, my youngest grandson likes brie. So rather than having cheeseburgers with cheddar, we have cheeseburgers with brie.
You're teaching them, right?
And broccoli. It's always the same thing, but it's always, they like it. And if they like it, they'll eat it.
And how old are they?
The youngest is 11 and the oldest is 15.
Oh, okay. So they're a great age.
Yeah, they really are. And exceptionally smart and really very
And are they athletic?
This I don't know. They do baseball and they do basketball, but that's not their primary focus. Their primary focus is their computer or their iPhone. I mean, what can you do?
Nothing.
That's it.
They might be an internet genius. You never know.
They're both actually. They're fun. They're really fun to.
And that's what keeps you young too.
Yeah. Yeah. The 4 of us drove up to Santa Barbara a few weeks ago to go hear Bob Dylan. So that Bob used to send his kids to my summer camp, and so my son knows his son and all of that. We didn't go backstage or anything, and so there we are in the audience, 3 generations, listening to Bob. It was really great. And I've done that once before with them when we took them to see The Who, 3 generations at the Hollywood Bowl listening to
That's
The Who.
rare that 3 generations
I
get to
know.
listen.
And that we all enjoyed each other enjoying the music.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Those are days you'll remember.
Yeah, obviously. I just brought it up.
See, I told you we laugh a lot on my show. All right, that's the music. That means Janeska and Suzy and I are going to take a break. When we come back, we're just going to talk a little bit more about us. I think that's the best way to say it because we're still kind of figuring out our topics here, but I'm having a ball.
I am too.
So,
Me too.
Everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful fling to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so young.
Thank you for tuning in to LA Talk Live, reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. Stay tuned.
Every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I want to go.
This is an organization that embodies and captivates women from all walks of life. Our membership includes 44 women that are constantly growing in the areas of personal development and community involvement. Monthly, we offer free leadership classes at McKay's Restaurant. Journey aims to inform women in the areas of heart disease and HIV and AIDS. Experience the journey now by logging into www.journeymosaicinc.com. Toll free 888-906-5519. Journey with no excuses.
Hey, this is Richard Carr, General Manager for LA Talk Live and host of the New Entrepreneurs Weekly Summit. I wanted to take a moment out to welcome one of my newest sponsors, and that is Sensational Soaps. Sensational Soaps are handmade with all natural ingredients, with absolutely no preservatives, no harsh chemicals, and of course, no animal testing. Your body will look and feel silky, smooth, moisturized, and completely revived. Do you suffer from dry, ashy skin? Then layer your skin with their luxurious blend of oils and shea butters specially formulated to revive dry, dull skin. Sensational Soaps also offers a full line of bath and body products, including luxurious bath salts and body scrubs, massage oils and lip balms, even romantic gift sets and custom gift baskets for your lover or significant other. For more information or to place an order, visit them at www.scentsationalsoaps.biz. That's www.scentsationalsoaps.biz. Sensational Soaps. Pamper yourself and indulge your senses. Sensationalsoaps.biz. Proud sponsors of LA Talk Live and the New Entrepreneurs Weekly Summit.
Hi, this is Dr. Levi, your fitness doctor, making a personal house call, inviting you to join me Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific for my all-new show, The Dr. Levi Show. Join us as we discuss fitness, health, and well-being, including emotional and spiritual health. So don't forget to tune in to The Dr. Levi Show every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. You can also catch us on iTunes, Radio R&B, or watch us on Ustream.tv, or catch us on the Live 365 network, and now on Radio Flag and Stitcher Radio. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hello again, it's me. Your shoulders where I sit. The heart nobody sees. Of the silent
Welcome back to
part
Alayna's
of
Beauty
the
Talk and more. I've been here through this show with two extraordinary women, Suzy Prudden, who is sitting next to me, and Janeska Smith, who is sitting next to Suzy. Yeah, I got your name right. And we're just here. We're all into health, fitness, beauty, wellness. I mean, we've been in the field for a long time, and we're here just to give our story, give some of our experiences, I guess our expertise. And it's a very exciting show.
Yes.
I'm having just an amazing time.
Yes.
And we just met today,
And
actually.
we're fascinating.
Yeah, we are
Totally fascinating.
I love it.
And very
Alayna.
humble.
Yeah, I'm very humble.
Yeah.
But I want to give Suzy a chance to talk. I mean, because she was talking about her exercise and what she did, earlier in her career. But I want her to talk about what she's doing now.
What I'm doing now is basically helping people achieve their dreams through focusing their mind. I'm working mostly with entrepreneurs. I have a lot of weight loss clients, less now that I'm more focused on business, because what happens for people who is entrepreneurs, and this is anyone in the healing profession, especially people in the healing profession, don't know how to run a business. They know how to do their specialty, but they don't know how to run their business. And I've been a businesswoman since I'm 22. I didn't know I was a businesswoman, but I've been a businesswoman since I'm 22. And you really there's certain formulas that you have to follow through on. And you have to follow up and follow through. You have to, if you get a lead, you have to follow up on it. You have to pick up the telephone. I always say the money's in the phone, and I have a gold phone. And so I work with entrepreneurs, and as a hypnotherapist, as a coach, I could tell them what to do. But as a hypnotherapist, I get to that subconscious part of their mind that doesn't want to pick up the phone. It's the same thing with weight loss. The subconscious mind that doesn't want to stop eating chocolate. But when you hypnotize a person, I had one chocoholic. After the first session, she never ate chocolate again. And after 3 months or 4 months, I said, "Do you miss it?" She said, "The funny thing is, Suzy, I used to eat it every day. I had 3 or 4 different candy stores that I went to because I didn't want anyone to know I was eating that much chocolate. Since that first session, I haven't even thought about it." So the power that I have now as a hypnotherapist, and I know you use hypnosis too,
Exactly.
is that, for example, somebody who doesn't want to exercise, I can hypnotize them so that they want to start to exercise. It's not that they're going to go out and, run the marathon, but if they'll walk around the block 3 times, then that's a start. Mm-hmm. Or to stop eating the foods that are going to cause them to gain weight. And with my entrepreneurs, love working with the entrepreneurs because they get so excited when they start to notice their bottom line, their money, they're making more money. And it's really get out of your way. Follow up, follow through. As we were talking about a little while ago, just do it. And I have one client who said, I said, "How do you market?" And she said, "I send out emails." And I said, "How's that working for you?" To quote somebody.
Yeah.
"How's that working for you?" She said, "Well, they don't respond." I said, "Well, it's not working." She said, "But I don't like it." I said, "You have to use the phone." She said, "I don't like to." I said, "Well, then go out of business. Because you're going to unless you pick up the phone." So what I do is I really help people it depends on, I'm working with somebody right now who's recovering from a really abusive relationship and a brain tumor.
Ooh.
And I am so excited about working with this person. I work mostly on the phone. This person's on the East Coast. And I am so excited because I am teaching him how to use the power of his mind to change the molecular structure of his body. And by changing the molecular structure of his body, he will heal.
Wow. Yeah. And this is so interesting to me. How do people get in touch with you?
The best way to get in touch with me is to call me. And my telephone number is 310-640-8885. That's 640-8885. And anyone from who's listening or who's watching who wants a free half-hour consultation with me on the phone so I can see how I can help you, and please just call 310-640-8885.
And can you get that number on your website?
You know, I don't know the answer to that. I'll have if you can't, we'll have to fix it. But my website
Give your website out.
My website is suzyprudden.com, and we're going to go through a whole. It's very pretty.
It is.
It's very pretty, but we're doing an overhaul because it doesn't tell you very much. And
yeah, I was trying to find out about you.
Yeah,
it doesn't tell you very much.
It's pretty.
It is pretty.
And it's impressive because you see Oprah and you see
yeah, they
Deepak
flash
and
through.
They flash through. It's very impressive. I have to tell you though, 8 months after Oprah, I was homeless. So I've done everything to make me successful, and I have done everything to make me a
You mean
failure.
there's another person like me? Oh my gosh.
So and I'm very proud of it in the sense that it changed my life. And I knew it would as it was happening. And I knew that the person that I was going to become, which is the person that I am today, would be able to do more than I was doing at that time. And I needed that experience. It was so... I knew as it was happening that it was the universe saying, excuse me, you got some lessons to learn and you're not paying attention. Mm-hmm. So when I work with people, I can see the train coming and I can help them get out of the way. And that's what I like to do, is help people. You know, I watch them, I go, you really don't want to do that. Yes, but I said, no, there's no yes, but. You really don't want to do that. Or you really need to do this. Yes, but no, you really need to do this. I don't want to. That's too bad.
Okay, I have a question. You work with people in person and you work with people on the phone, correct?
I have clients in Los Angeles and I have clients all over the world.
And you have an office here? Or
I have an office in El Segundo, which is just 10 minutes from this studio.
Yeah, it is very close to here.
Yeah. And I'm actually looking for office space in this building because I thought, gosh, I'm going to be here a lot. I might as well work here.
This is a fabulous building.
Yeah.
I love this building.
Yeah, the whole neighborhood here is perfect. Anyway, and so it's very exciting. I do workshops. I have one workshop coming up called Create Your Six-Figure Income Now.
And do you know when that is?
Right now it's scheduled for the 8th, but I'm going to move it to January.
Okay.
I'm doing it. I'm a member of a group called CEO Space. We meet 5 times a year in Lake Las Vegas. And so I'm going to be doing it on the 17th in Lake Las Vegas. Then then the holidays come and nothing happens in the holidays really. So then basically people get their brains back usually around the 3rd week of January.
Yeah, right around my birthday week.
That's perfect. It's perfect. I remember I was going to be teaching. I was invited to teach at Rancho La Puerta. This was in '89. And the woman who was running the program said, well, when do you think would be a good time for you to come and teach? I said, the 3rd week in January, because nobody's ready to start really working on their body.
No, they don't come back.
No.
They don't come back.
When I ran my school in New York City, the 3rd week in January was really when people started to pay attention and say, okay, now I'm ready.
Yeah, that's when the gym gets all crazy crowded.
Yeah, because they've done their resolutions. I'm going to lose weight. And then after 3 weeks, it hasn't happened, so they better get help. And that's when they start.
All right. And before you go any further, give out the day of your show. Give out all that information because you just want to keep hearing her. So I want people to know when her show is.
You're very generous. Thank you. My show is on Mondays from 3 to 4 Pacific time. It's called Mastermind Live.
Right here on LA Talk Live.
Right here on LA Talk Live. And then beginning in January, I'm starting a new show called The Best of LA Live. And really what I'm going to do is showcase entrepreneurs who have incredible ideas and products and need to get the information out. And I'm finding this opportunity, being on your show, having my show, being on other shows on LA Talk Live, we reach so many people. And the internet is so powerful, and it is the future.
It's definitely the future.
Absolutely.
When we started this 2.5 years ago, I mean, I can give my numbers. I started with Richard in the spare bedroom of his house.
Right.
Richard actually taught me how to use the computer. I bought my first computer from Richard. And that was like 2001 2001 or 2002, and we stayed friends because my computer would break or I would update it, and I was one of the few that he would still come and help. I mean, I wouldn't even know about a Mac if it wasn't for Richard.
I want a Mac. I have a PC.
Okay, yeah, he had a Cafe Mac, so he's a Mac genius.
Yeah, my sister and I have been talking about getting Macs. PCs are okay, but
yeah, and so when one day, I mean, I knew that he was starting this radio station, and one day out of the blue, I just got this email, hey, would you come on my show? And because I created a product called Beauty Magnets, we come on and talk about the beauty magnets, you know, I really like them. And I said, sure. And then one thing led to another, and we talked, he goes, God, I don't have any female broadcasters. We're just, you know, paying all these fees, but we're just playing music during the day. Would you like to do a show? I said, sure. I had just closed my business.
So what are you doing right now where people can reach you to do for you?
You can go to my website, beautymagnets.com. And I do training, but that's just kind of word of mouth. So I'm still trying to get my beauty magnet business off the ground. I kind of let it go because it just kind of stopped moving.
So now you got to infuse it with some energy.
Now I need to infuse it with some energy. It was because it was such a new product, I wasn't sure how to position it.
What exactly is Beauty Magnets?
Okay.
Now we're interviewing her.
Yeah, now they're interviewing me. I hate that. That always happens to me. Beauty magnets are these tiny little magnets that you put on your face to help increase the energy. And what I find that it does best, where I'm really going to stay and focus on how to promote them and sell them, it helps to take out under eye puffiness naturally within 30 minutes.
Wow.
That's very
Do you have any with you?
Yes, I do.
I want to buy some.
I brought one set. Just repackaged them. Let me see if I can pull them. Okay, you talk. I'm going to pull them out of my purse.
So I wanted to find out more about your wellness events because that really sparked an interest in me.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I've done events a lot throughout my life, a lot of events. I started in Nebraska, where I'm from. I started the first Miss Black Collegiate of Nebraska. Then I went into other areas. I did Salsa Mania competitions, and I love salsa. That's just fabulous, too. But I started doing wellness events when I got introduced to Agape International. And Agape is a fabulous church. I love that church. Reverend Michael and Ricky Beebe, they just do an incredible job. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And so I was asked to help with their wellness festival in 2010, and we did a 3-day event, and it was over the top. We had films, inspirational films. We had speakers. We had vendors. We had everything. We had an actual Indian tribe open up with their dancing and everything. It was a very good event. And then are
they doing it again this year?
I'm not sure if they're doing it this year. I have to check with them. But on 2011, they had 25 years of well-being because it was their 25th anniversary. So I also helped them with that one. It wasn't as large as the Wellness Festival we did the year before, but it was a very good wellness festival as well. And like you're saying, in the holistic community, a lot of them don't know how to do business.
Right.
They struggle, but they do fabulous jobs.
Fabulous.
Oh, I've met so many acupuncturists.
Yes. Right.
They always have 2 or 3 jobs. They'll keep a regular 9-to-5 job, and then they
do the thing they love to do.
And then they do their acupuncture on the side because they haven't been able to build a big enough clientele.
So my job is to help them build their clientele. That's what I do. And I love it. And I love it. I say, so you've gone to a networking group and you have 16 business cards that you received. What have you done with them? Nothing. I said, call them. Pick up the phone. I don't like the phone. And don't be.
See, I love the phone, and people go, "Why are you calling me? Why aren't you emailing me?"
Oh,
I get that a lot.
I never get why don't you email me because I don't want to. I simply.
I like the personal.
I like the personal. I have to show you. You went to get your magnets.
Oh, here are my beauty
and
magnets.
I'm going to get my phone while you're showing the magnets.
Oh, okay. Well, I wanted you to see them. See, these are the new little packaging. Oh. I don't. Yeah, it's the first time. And Richard always says show the magnets. I never bring them.
I'm a
up.
shameless promoter. Shameless.
It's hard to. I mean, I do
Wait, I'm not
promote.
finished yet. Just a second. I want to
But-
look inside. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I just repackaged them this year.
This
Now
is
they're
great.
so cute.
And what do they cost?
$15.
Oh my God! I know where you can make a fortune. So we'll talk after the show.
I can tell. Okay, I need help because
Well,
I'll share with anybody.
I
'cause
know.
now I'm really confident.
I know
in
the
these-
road you need to take, sweetie.
Yeah, and I haven't been able to figure it out, so I've been sitting.
I know
there.
how to do it.
Thank you.
I know how to do
Maybe
it.
the universe asked me to have you on this show today because they're tired of me praying about what do I do with
I
beauty
know.
magnets next.
What I do in the morning, first thing I do in the morning is say, okay, God, what do I need to do to make money today?
Oh, see, I don't put the money part in. I go, God, what can I do to make somebody feel good today?
That's important. That's very important, but you also have to make money.
Yeah, I
And
haven't
you
got
you,
money.
you automatically your work makes people feel good. So that's not a question. You know how to do that. But you don't know how to sell this, and
No.
I do. So
Is it hard? Is it because it's my own product?
it's just you haven't got the language yet. That's all. Just haven't got the language yet.
I
I'll
mean,
teach you.
well, so I
It's a
good. You mean
script.
so maybe? Yeah, I just.
It's a script.
But I had to figure out what packaging I wanted and what price range. I do have a bigger one, but it just didn't sell.
This is a no-brainer. This is a take it to any networking group, and I have the answers.
Yeah, you
We'll
have to.
talk
Let's
after
talk
the
about
show.
it off. Let's keep going. Okay, now it's your turn to show something. Or-
Well, no, I wanted to show this.
oh, show
so that
Janeska.
Janeska can comment on it.
Oh, I would love to know how it works.
I could
I
stick
would
them on
purchase
you.
these.
You want me to put them on you now?
Not right now. Maybe later.
I'm kidding.
But I totally agree with Suzy. And one
oh, you
of
got
the
there's your gold phone.
gold phone.
Now I hook this up to my cell phone.
I
And it
remember when those
works.
became fabulous. Famous.
Well,
Okay, I lost my.
They're
Trying to get too many words in one.
They're very few that come in gold.
I do remember
You
seeing the
have
gold.
You have to search for them.
Where did you get that?
My son found it on Abbott Kinney in one of those specialty stores.
Mm-hmm.
It was $65.
That's what they were.
Yeah, I have to have it because I use it in all my presentations. I'm doing a presentation in 2 weeks or a week and a half at CEO Space. I'm on the faculty there, and the whole thing, my whole focus is the follow up and follow through. The money's in the phone. Shelley Campbell, who has the workshop, she was a guest on my show. She should be a guest on your show too. What's the name of her program? Stress Reduction Workshop. And she says the money's in the phone. So I'm going to teach you how to do this. So you
I
can
love
sell
the
that.
phone.
Yeah. Well,
I still have a landline because I
do
get
too.
really mad when people drop phone calls right in the middle of a thought.
yeah, I have a landline also.
I mean, I have a cell phone, but
Right.
I use my landline more because I work from home, and by the time I get to the mail center, but I just said when I have a cell phone, I don't even know the number most of the time. I use it just to call in for messages because people are always leaving. I never knew where they were calling. Plus, I'm not a good driver. I'm not a great driver, so I don't want to be on my phone and
I don't wanna be
driving
on the
in
phone
at
while
the
I'm
same
driving.
time. And I
And
just
it's against the law.
yeah, and it's
Exactly.
But I just decided that I don't want my car to be my office. That's
Yeah.
something that
Well,
I
my car is
stuck
my
to.
private time. I listen to novels when I'm driving. I'm going out to Las Vegas next week, and that's a 6-hour drive. So I'll be listening to some great books.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's a
just,
good one.
I mean, I use my car as my office for a while, and I just decided that's just not the way to live.
Huh.
That I just do my business, and when I leave, if I have to check my messages or if something urgent, otherwise I do it when I come home or I do it the following
Yeah.
morning.
Well, I would love to bring all the holistic people and people like Alayna to the wellness festival.
Oh, we'll be there.
And let them, do their everything there so everyone can bond together and have that energy.
That's a great idea.
That's a great. I mean, I figured
Yeah.
that's probably what would have come of us meeting you because I knew that we were all focusing on getting women and men
Mhm.
because a lot of women are married, and if they get healthy, they get their family healthy.
Right.
but it has to start with one person in the family. It has to start with you.
Yeah.
And then you can help get your family. And if your family doesn't come, but it's still okay that you got yourself healthy.
Yeah. And you really have to pay attention to the fact that, you get one body. That's it. You get one body. You can have spare parts, but you get one body. And you are responsible for that body.
If you don't take care of it, where are you going to live?
Exactly. And you don't want to live in a sick body. I know so many people who live in sick bodies that don't have to. And that's the thing, it's they don't have to.
Is it their choice, or they just don't know how to get out of it once they go down that path?
Well, I have a friend who chooses to stay unhealthy. It's funny, she was staying at my house for a while, and I cook very healthy. I mean, I have protein, vegetables, salads. I don't eat much bread occasionally, but not very often, so I don't keep bread in the house. I don't have starch. I just don't.
Same as me. I don't keep bread in the house.
It's just not part of my diet. So I made roast chicken, and I made really nice dinner. And she told me the next day that she was sick all night, that she can't eat healthy food because it makes her sick, and she's going to have to go back to her junk food.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, I guess so she feels better on chemicals.
She's programming herself that way.
Well, yes. Yeah, and so she was also sick most of the time eating the junk food, but we didn't talk about that. And it's just, okay, if that's what you want, not my place to make you change. You want to change, you can change. You don't want to change, don't have to change. But when you look at the obesity epidemic in this country today, which is all food related, these people, there's two things going on. They're killing themselves by being that overweight, and they're starving to death.
Because they're not eating any good nutrition.
There's no nutrition. It's inedible. No. Michael Palin, who's a great author, wrote a book called In Defense of Food. And when you read it, all he talks about is you just have to eat foods that are alive, and mostly greens and some proteins. But if you eat a food that's packaged, it's going to metabolize as sugar because it's got processed stuff in it. Canned food is processed. Frozen food is processed. The way you eat is you go around the perimeter of the supermarket and eat real butter, not margarine. Do you know that margarine is actually plastic?
I don't even keep margarine, butter, any of that in my house.
I eat butter. I like that. And the other night,
like butter.
I haven't had butter. That's fine. I don't think I've had butter in about 3 years now.
I like butter, but it's not something that I use a lot of. If you're cooking with oil, it has to be olive oil.
Yeah, and I've been cooking.
Can't be vegetable oil.
I've been cooking with organic coconut, virgin organic coconut oil. I found that I like that the best.
And coconut, by the way, is a whole food, as is raw milk, as are eggs. Those are the three.
I do eat eggs.
Yes.
Even though I'm pretty vegetarian, I am vegetarian. I'm not vegan because vegan is just way too hard to eat.
Have you heard of oil pulling that they do in India? They take the virgin olive oil, coconut oil like you're talking about, and you put it right down here in your mouth and you hold it there just for about 5 minutes a day. Then you spit it out. That heals in the body.
Well, I put it in my oat bran every morning. For years and years, I've been doing that, and
that's something new.
Yes,
and it's my favorite. And now Trader Joe's has it. You don't have to spend a fortune. It's one of the best ones and the best tasting ones I have ever used. Because it used
Which
to be
one is it?
The Trader Joe's now carries it.
Oh, they do.
And it's only $5.99, and where it used to be $12 to $15.99 for the same size. So it's been amazing.
That's wonderful. That's good to know.
It does it, and from what I understand, it helped break down some of my fat cells to keep me on the leaner side. I remember reading that, and it's supposed to help you mentally stay focused.
Well, movement also helps you stay.
Well, I move 24/7.
And staying away from sugar helps you stay mentally focused.
Yeah. And sodas.
And definitely get it. And especially diet soda. It'll kill you.
I have people so addicted to diet soda that I don't know what they were thinking.
Well, who? The people drinking them or the people creating them?
Both.
People who created it was let's get them addicted. The people who were drinking them got addicted.
They are addicted.
So it worked.
I mean, I remember growing up drinking Diet Coke, but then when
it's
I
called
went
Tab then.
Yeah, I drank Tab.
Totally
but
artificial beverage.
When I went really broke and I had to choose between buying water or buying soda, I started buying water, and that was the last I ever had of soda.
Oh, that's good.
So it's been years and years since I've had a soda.
That's good. So if you're a soda drinker, stop.
I can, yeah, because it really
Well-
is, and especially when you get older, it gives you that puffy stomach, the carbonation, and you can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fantastic.
I mean, and if you're gonna start and you're really addicted to it, start slowly.
Yes.
You know, don't try and just one day get out, unless you're one of those people that can do that.
Well, you're going to get an awful headache.
Yeah, so take it slow.
Yeah.
You know,
I
if
say
you're
that
gonna-
with everything.
If you're gonna, yeah, like if you're gonna change some of your habits, change them slow
Slowly.
so they stick.
Yeah.
Don't get up, you know, because we got New Year's resolutions coming. So let's talk a little bit
That's-
about that when we come back from the break. Let's get everybody a head start.
Okay. that sounds
Because
good.
you know what? We're good at that. So we're going to jump the gun and talk about New Year's resolutions when we come back. So you're staying. You're stuck. You're on the show the whole show. You're just here. Richard just went sorry. All right, Suzy, and I know everybody's name now. Suzy, Janeska, and I will be right back, and we're going to really, for the next, I think, almost until we get ready to close out the show, really talk about resolutions.
That sounds great.
Okay, so stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
Much more than just talk.
Oh, way more.
Just because of you, oh, I feel. Just because of you, just because of you, oh, I feel. Just because of you, hey, just because of you, yes I do. Just because of you, Lord, just because of you, oh.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and hosts of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Because of you.
Hi, this is Alayna, inviting you to join me every Wednesday at noon for Alayna's Beauty Talk and more, exclusively on LA Talk Live. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, R&B, or watch us on Ustream.tv. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Starlet Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for a new show right here on LA Talk Live, The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hello world, how you living? This is D Brex, your host of the all-new rap project here on LA Talk Live. That's latalklive.com. Or you can find me on iTunes Radio in the R&B section. That's the Rap Project, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Wednesdays at 7 p.m. West Coast time, so don't be late. On the Rap Project, I will be playing the very best of rap and hip-hop that goes beyond the ordinary. So connect with me, your host, D Brax, the rap connoisseur, on the Rap Project every Wednesday at 7 right here on latalklive.com, where we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is James Kinney from Kinney Group Creative, inviting you to join us every Thursday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our all-new show, What Catches Fire. We're going to be discussing the love, life, and politics of the American brand. So don't forget to tune in to latalklive.com every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
People, it's Jennifer Tapia from StarCam. You guys might know me from the red carpet, catching up with all the stars, but guess what? We're bringing the red carpet to the radio right out here on LA Talk Live. I'm going live Thursday nights at 6 p.m. We got hot topics, celebrities, and much more. We were featured on Chloe Lamar on E!, Howard Stern, T.I.'s Family Hustle. You know how we do. So check it out on Thursday nights, 6 p.m. All things Hollywood, everything celebrity. StarCam Radio?
StarCam Radio? StarCam Radio!
Oh yeah, follow us on Twitter at StarCam Radio.
Hey everybody, it's Miss R&B, and I'm inviting you to come and hang with me every Thursday night at 9 p.m. PST for Perspectives Corner with Rona Roe Bennett on America Talk Live. Hear and see interviews and live performances from some of our favorite celebrities and personalities in entertainment, sports, business, and the wellness industries. We're getting lifted and we're going deep, talking about life and empowering the champion in us all. See you there.
Hi, this is Dawn Christie inviting you to join me every Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific, for my all-new show, The Dawn Christie Show. Join me as I discuss love, spiritual readings, your purpose, why am I born, what am I here to do. So don't forget to tune in The Dawn Christie Show at 1 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on LA Talk Live. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV, reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Welcome back to Alayna's Beauty Talk. Before the break, we decided that we were going to come back and talk about resolutions because New Year's is just around the corner and everybody's starting to talk about, oh my God, what's my New Year's resolution or resolutions gonna be? And most of us make them, but very few stick to them.
What happens, my experience, is that people try to do too much at once. And so when you make a resolution, for example, I'm going to lose 30 pounds, and then you start and you lose 2. And you say, well, this is nonsense. And then you go right back to the old behaviors. Or I'm going to exercise an hour every day. That's insane if you're not a regular exerciser.
Yeah, see, I do at least an hour every day.
I know some people who do, and I tell people do 5 minutes.
I do that too.
Again, if you're out of shape, you don't want to push yourself into a position where you're going to, number one, hurt. I don't believe in stiffness. I don't believe in pain. And
you've got the only other person I've ever met that says what I say. All the trainers at Gold's Gym, no gain, no pain, no gain.
No.
You're the first person I have ever met. I'm so excited. I thought I was crazy saying that. Thank God I hear it from somebody else.
And I've been saying it for 40, 50 years.
Yeah, you beat me about 20 years.
Yeah, I started, when I ran my school in New York, no one got stiff. And in the 18 years I had my school, there were only 2 accidents. And one was in the first 6 weeks when a woman was going from a standing position to a sitting position, and she pulled a ligament in her knee. And the other was in 1976. I ran a gymnastics group, a team. It was 7:30 at night, and one of my star gymnasts was doing a round off, and she was off kilter, and she broke her elbow. Those were the only 2 accidents in 18 years.
Wow.
No one ever, you never saw people, if you go to the gym today, you see people walking around with knee braces, ankle braces, back braces. That's not necessary.
That's what I tell people. I see some of these young trainers training young people and older people, and I see them doing things that I just cringe because they're going to hurt years from now.
Yep.
Now, maybe not right now, but years from now, their knees or their elbows or their shoulders are going to give them problems because they're overtraining people.
Yeah, my sister was a professional dancer for a while, and her hips and her knees, my mother too, her hips and her knees, both are in terrible shape because of the overwork. My attitude is you work to the point of pleasure, period. And then you stop.
And then you stop and you start tomorrow. Yeah. It's more consistency.
It's consistency. It's being gentle. It's paying attention. It's listening to the body. So in the context of New Year's resolutions, think of what you want and then create it so that it's easy. It's got to be easy.
Should you do like one? Should you do 2 or 3, or is that just individual?
It's individual, but my sense is start with one. You can always have a New Year's resolution that begins in July.
Yeah, nobody says it has to be.
Doesn't have to be January 1. You can say, okay, these are the things I want to change in my life. Okay, I'll do this one starting January 1st. And then as I get this one as a habit, because it's got to become a new habit, then I'll take this one on. And it could be March 20th. I mean, it doesn't have to be January 1.
I don't know why everybody rushes to January 1.
It's because it's the new year.
Well, you could do the Jewish New Year.
You can do the Jewish New Year, or you can make it up a new year, you know. It's like, it's a new year somewhere. Every day.
And I
somebody.
think if people would do a visioning before they do it.
Yes.
If you look at the result that you want of something, look at that first, the end result. Look at that. And then go from there.
I did vision boards this year.
It's fun.
And it was really fun. And I put them away and I just was cleaning. And about 4 of the things have happened.
Yes.
Fantastic.
I used to teach that. In the early 90s, I have a workshop that it's called Awaken the Tiger Within. It's 3 days. And the last day, we spend the entire afternoon. The first 2 days, we get rid of all the negative stuff. And the last day, it's all positive. And we do like 4 hours of visioning board. Mm-hmm. And it is so much fun. I met one of the people from that workshop like 12 years later. She said, "You won't believe this." I said, "Try me." She said, one day my son turned to me and said, "Look at the dog." They didn't have a dog when she did the visioning board. Mm-hmm. "Look at the toy in the dog's mouth and look at the house, our house." It was the dog in her visioning board with the toy that was in the visioning board, and it was in front of the house that she'd never seen before when she created the visioning board. She created the entire thing in that visioning in the early 90s and then moved into that house in the late 90s. It was just,
That's the same thing that happened to the guy in The Secret. He didn't realize he moved into the house he had on his vision board.
Right.
Yeah, and then he ended up in jail.
He did? No.
Was that
not one of them did.
Not from this. Oh, yeah, James.
Yeah, James.
But
and ever since then, I can't put The Secret
Secret
back on I can't play that DVD anymore since he ended up in jail. It really bothered me that somebody would be that outspoken and be that spiritual and end up.
They all make mistakes.
We make mistakes.
Yeah,
we all have a dark side.
Yeah.
And I always tell my clients, don't put me on a pedestal. I'm going to disappoint you.
That's a good. Yeah, maybe I should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just don't put me on a pedestal. I promise you, I'm gonna disappoint you because I'm human. I make mistakes.
We all make mistakes.
And that's the good news because then we learn from them. But the thing about The Secret is it's a fabulous film. The place where it doesn't work is it doesn't tell you that you have to take action.
You have to
That's
take
what
action.
I teach is taking action. Because you can have the vision, but if you don't take action, it's not
Correct.
going to work. And so we all have visions of where we want our lives to be, and each one of us is taking action in our own unique way. And so that's what we teach. take action.
But you sometimes, like right now with me with beauty magnets, I need help.
Well, that's why I'm sitting here.
Yeah, so, but that's why I'm saying, out of my experience, if you get stuck, look for help.
Absolutely.
You know, we're so stubborn. I can do this by, oh, you told me not to pound on the table.
That's appropriate. That was appropriate.
I can do that.
That was an appropriate pound.
I mean, sometimes we get so stubborn. I can do this by myself. I don't need anybody to come and help me. I'll just do it. But you know what?
You need help.
You need help.
You need a team.
You need a team.
I have a
You can't
team.
do everything by yourself. And I was very stubborn growing up. I always wanted to do everything by myself.
I have 3 coaches who work with me, helping me grow my business. And just like you're a coach for people to get fit,
And I'm a walking coach.
you're a walking coach, and you're a coach to help people move their lives forward. And I'm a coach helping people move their lives forward. We all need coaches. I have a sales script writing coach. I have a financial coach. And I have a business coach.
But let me ask you, if you have to be, because a lot of the people listening, and even myself, I'm on a budget now. I never knew what a budget was in my life. So, but now I've paid off. I'm going to be debt free by the end of the year, which was one of my big goals.
That's a fabulous goal.
Yeah. I did it. And I will do it. My bills are like under $1,000 now, which was a big deal to me.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
That's excellent.
You know,
That's a big deal.
That was a big deal.
Okay,
but so now I'm on a pretty budget because I don't want to go back to that place to be in debt again. So coaches have fees. So how you have to grow your business. Do you do one coach at a time? Do you work on a trade?
Well, I don't like to do trades.
Okay.
I don't like. I have a couple of people I will do a trade with, but that's because I would have bought their service. So because I would have bought their service and they want to buy my service, then we do a trade. But if it's somebody just because they don't have any money, I don't do it. And you work with the person according to their budget. I didn't start with 3 coaches. I started with 1. And that was that particular coach totally transformed my business, literally in a weekend. And because his work is so simple and so doable, I was losing my company. This is my last company. I was losing it. We used to have to make $40,000 to $50,000 a month to stay open.
Wow.
And when the economy shifted, we weren't making that. So I was watching my business tank. I thought, okay, I'm going to have to get a job. Now you have to understand, I'm not hireable. But
I'm not hireable. I'm not hireable either.
But I took this course on coaching. I'm already a certified coach, and I applied for the job, and they said, you're really. I said, I know, I'm too qualified, so I'll just do what you do. And I modeled him, and the next week made $4,500. So you can ask the question, can I afford a coach? And I tell people you can't afford not to have a coach. Work it out. I did payments.
Okay, that's what I
I
want
did
my
payments.
audience to know, because a lot of women may be sitting at their desk saying, "Oh my gosh, this is just what I need, but I don't know how to go about, getting a coach."
I work with a company called TFC, Tuition Financial something or other, and we set up a payment plan. You can pay as little as $70-something a month, and still get $1,000 or $2,000 worth of coaching. But the way I work with my clients is it's got to work for them. And what do they need? I work with TFC because I don't want to chase people. I've chased people. I don't like chasing people. And I've taken people to small claims court. I don't like doing that. But I do need to get paid. You need to get paid.
Yeah.
You need to get paid. And you need to get paid. So what do? You ask. The best thing to do is
And
to say,
sometimes if you don't have the money at the first, you can find someone that you really admire doing something, go to some of their seminars and things like that on an occasional basis so you can get up to speed.
Yeah, I just want to give the listeners some ideas so that if they're sitting at their desk and they're not loving what they're doing and they want to go into being an entrepreneur or making more money at what they're doing, I mean, I just want to give them ideas.
I teach a course on teaching people how to become coaches who want to leave the corporate world but don't know what they want to do. I certify coaches. I certify hypnotherapists.
You're a great person to know.
I
You do everything.
That's what happens when you get old.
That's true.
Hopefully.
Yes, you do a lot of things. You've got a lot of experiences.
I've got a lot of tools in my toolbox.
and what is so wonderful about you is you want to share them.
Yes. Yeah, I have
Not
fun.
everybody wants to share them. This is what I learned, and I'm going to keep this. For me, I want to share everything.
Yeah, it's much more fun. When I mentioned CEO Space, it's a cooperative organization. We help each other build our businesses. We work to help each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about, okay, I'm the only hypnotist in the world. I'm not. There are thousands of us.
Right. Thousands.
Thousands. And if I was worried about the competition, I'd just go back to bed. When I started in fitness, there weren't a lot of fitness people. I was 1965. There was only one other fitness school in New York City. Now there's one on every block, sometimes two. So that was a whole different world. Now I'm in a world where there are thousands of me.
Right.
But there's only one me.
That's right. And you know what? Competition is good. It makes us stay on our toes.
Well, it's also good because it creates, it allows us to be more creative. If there were no if there was no competition, we would just stay in the same old. But because there's so much out there that people can choose from, what's going to distinguish me as being different? Why are people going to want to come to me? Now, the people who want to come to me are different than the people who want to go to somebody else. I have a particular voice, and there are particular people who like that voice. There are also people who don't like my voice. Okay, find somebody else.
All right, while you're on this roll, give out your phone number.
Please come and listen to my voice at 310-640-8885. And I will give you a free half-hour consultation to see how I can help you in whatever area of your life that you are having
All right,
challenges.
slow your phone number down.
310-640-8885.
Oh, this is a first. Richard just held up a sign saying we have a caller. Do you want to put it? Are they on? Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
How fabulous.
Okay. Oh, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Purpose. I'm actually an intern at LA Talk Live. I just happen to not be there right now.
Hi, so you're listening to our show, huh?
Oh, man. Suzy, Miss Suzy?
Hi.
You off the hook.
That's
you
true.
are off the hook. Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah, I'm twittering and Facebooking, just trying to get people to come listen in. And me and my wife are listening, just listening to you. Just listening to you is just so motivational.
Thank you.
All right, well, you're on the phone. Give them your phone number.
310-640-8885.
So if you don't get enough of her voice, you can call her.
310-640-8885. And you can also call the station here, and they've got my number, and I'm giving them permission to give it out. And I would love to talk to you further, talk to your wife, and any of you other listeners out there who want to talk to me, I'm happy to talk to you. He's right. I'm incredible.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm glad I'm listening to you and Alayna's beauty show.
Oh, thank you.
Really glad you called in.
Is this the first time you've listened to my show?
I've glanced because usually I'm Twittering and Facebooking, and I try to listen as much as possible, but just listening to you got me stuck, and I'm just like, wow.
Okay, so remember, my show is Wednesdays at noon Pacific time.
And that's
I'll probably be there next week.
That's perfect. And my show is on Monday from 3 to 4 Pacific time, Mastermind Live. And then starting in January, we're having the show, The Best of LA Live. I am so excited.
I can't wait for these new shows to come.
It's very exciting.
And Janeska's just going to be hanging around the stage.
Hanging around here all the time.
Oh, okay. We're going to say goodbye. Richard's saying we have to say goodbye. Thank you for calling.
Great.
And I do a free hour for health, for healing. I do a free half hour if people call me.
Okay, well
What's your
then,
number?
yeah, that's your number. I was getting
818 481-6547.
And do you work by phone? Do you
I work primarily by phone. I do have some clients in person, but I do wellness advising. I do EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, and I do a chart on them. So I give them a free half hour.
Okay, give your phone number and your name out again.
818-481-6547.
And do you have a website?
Well, yes, I do, but my website goes to where I have a book called Foods That Cause Constipation. So it's foodsthatcauseconstipation.com.
But they can still, that's a great topic too.
Yes.
We haven't gotten into that.
Exactly.
That's next week.
That's next week.
No, next week the show's booked. That's next for your show.
No, my show's booked until the middle of February.
I'm booked, yeah. We book up pretty fast. I'm booked up till the middle of January.
Yeah.
I've left some space. Well, yeah, I think we have 5. I have 5 shows to do in January. Do you have 5 shows in January?
I must. Do I? No, I only
Monday,
have 4 shows.
Okay, I have 5.
Okay. I had 5 this month.
Oh, okay, I had 4.
It's all fun.
It's this station is all fun. I don't know anybody that does not love this station. So anybody listening, tell your friends to listen. You can, to listen to us because we have so much going on at this station. It's growing like crazy. A lot of new broadcasters coming in. I don't even know everybody. So,
we have to have a Christmas party, Richard.
We talked about that.
A holiday party.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
It can be in January, in July. Just like the New Year's resolution.
But, just kind of if you can, just kind of poke around and look at the different shows. Just kind of, feel your way around the station because there's something new all the time happening here.
And what you can do is go to ustreamtv.com, put in LA Talk Live, and they'll give you a list of all the shows.
And you can watch them.
We're
funny.
And we are.
Can you do that on YouTube as well?
Some of our shows are now being uploaded to, but yeah, I haven't figured that one out. How do they? Oh, Richard's coming on. Oh, this is a first.
No, it's probably the 20th for the year. I've come
You
on
only
the show
come
plenty
on
of times
when,
before.
yeah, you do.
I wanted to clarify this.
Yeah.
What we like to do is always have people come back to our website to view on-demand video. You can also find all of our recordings on ustream.tv, not .com. Ustream.tv.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
But I just learned something today. I went to update our Facebook page to tell people that, Alayna's Beauty Talk is on. Tune in now. And do you realize that all I've got to do is start the Ustream recording and broadcast?
And you can put it on Facebook?
It's already on Facebook, meaning that when I go to my Facebook page, I can actually watch this show in its entirety at my Facebook page. And when I post it and it proliferates throughout your Facebook pages, you can watch it too. So now you can watch all of the programs here on LA Talk Live on your Facebook page by friending us or liking us. I just found that out today.
You're a
Fascinating.
genius.
Fantastic. And we are on, keep that, hold on the mic, hold on. And we do have a few of our shows uploaded to YouTube too.
We put a lot of our shows up on YouTube. YouTube has a different way of handling licensed music and licensed content, meaning that, for example, throughout your show, you always compliment me, thank you very much, about the music I play to catch the mood of the show and stuff like that. Well, YouTube handles that music content differently. So sometimes we'll put shows up, but because YouTube is international like we are, maybe the licensing for that content in Africa causes that show to get bumped off YouTube. So again, I want to encourage everybody. You can find us all over the place. We're everywhere.
But it's
Tune
best
in,
to watch it.
But we want you to come back to LA Talk
Okay.
Live. Come back to our house to watch and
Right.
listen to what goes on here.
Okay.
On demand.
So that's
all the
good for us to know to tell people.
But it's everywhere.
And you can also listen on iTunes.
So many different places.
So say that. Say that really
Well, okay,
quick.
iTunes Radio, R&B, in the R&B soul genre, iTunes Radio. Anybody's got an iPod, iPad, iPhone, or Macintosh, iTunes is a necessary part of it. And even if you got a PC and one of those iDevices, you still have to have iTunes to manage your data. All you got to do is launch your iTunes, go to iTunes Radio, and scroll down to the R&B soul genre,
and you'll find LA Talk Live.
Because
We're
that's
also-
where most of
yeah,
this
lots
show's
of our
listeners are.
tune in there because, you know, when you're at work, especially in this time of day, that you're on at 12 o'clock, and even with you, Suzy, on the West Coast, even on the East Coast, Alayna, you're still at 3 o'clock. And many companies will firewall you from watching any video content on the web. So they may firewall you, or you're going to be firewalled from our site. But many of those companies will allow you to, and I'm going to go back in time a little bit. You guys, I think you ladies will enjoy this. They'll allow you to download a copy of iTunes to your computer and listen to the iTunes radio there or your own musical mix. Many companies will allow that. Now, I want to go back in time. Remember the good old days? You were living that cubicle life, working in a Fortune 500, and they may give you like the opportunity to put a small radio in your little cubicle. Not anymore. That doesn't happen. Yeah, exactly.
They can't.
So they can't have an iPad or iPod?
No, I'm talking about the old days when,
my old days,
when
yeah.
there was no iPads and iPods.
Oh, yeah, got it.
My old days too, excuse me.
Mine too. Well, we're older than
I
you.
never worked in a cubicle.
Where you can't, you know, where they used to allow you to at least bring a radio in to listen to radio or just, you know, something to entertain you while you're working. They won't allow that anymore, but they will allow you to download iTunes, the software, and listen to us. But let me move on. TuneIn Radio, Stitcher Radio, Radio Flag, Live 365, and then the entire Talk Live Broadcast Network family, which now includes EuropeTalkLive.com and AfricaTalkLive.com. So
you go, guy.
Anywhere
wow.
you can imagine.
Fantastic.
In terms of us being on the web, we're there. Ustream, YouTube, everywhere.
That's fantastic.
Thank you for
fantastic for you. You ladies are fantastic too.
So thanks
because you're there along with us.
No, because we don't usually promote our station, but today was something I wanted to have you on to introduce you to my audience. So I really wanted to promote the station because it's really important.
Yes.
You know, we take it for granted, but I don't want to take it for granted. I want people to know about it.
People need to know about it, and it's growing, and it's exciting.
Okay, that's my exciting closing music. So I'm going to go around the table, starting with Suzy, to just give one final thought.
You're in charge of your life. Live it the way you want to, and love your body. It's the only one you've got.
Janeska?
Just do it.
Okay, that's an easy one. All right, so now I have to close out the show. So thank you both for being such wonderful guests. This was a great show. We didn't even know each other before the show. So this was really a first for me. So anyway, this was a great show. I hope you all enjoyed it. Now have a great week.
Thank you.
You know, eat properly this week. Get out, get some exercise, get some air, look at the trees, look at the birds. Don't forget to breathe. So have a great week, everybody.
Very important.
I'll see you next Wednesday at noon Pacific time. Bye. Say bye, everybody.
And all of the times I felt lost, you've always been there, no matter the cost. A beacon of light that is constantly guiding my way. In your eyes, I can be anything at all. In your eyes, I am beautiful. In your eyes, I can do anything at all. In your eyes, nothing's impossible. anything at all. I am beautiful.
Thank you for tuning in to LA Talk Live, reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. Stay tuned.
I am beautiful. I am beautiful.